When you think of Asia's rising powers, you probably picture China flexing its economic muscle. But there's one country rewriting the script, quietly, steadily, and with surprising impact: the Philippines. It doesn't shout for attention, but it doesn't have to. The Philippines is playing the long game, fueled by its people, powered by digital growth. This isn't a nation obsessed with headlines, it's focused on building something lasting. From weathering economic storms to taking a stand in regional diplomacy, the Philippines is showing the world that influence isn't just about size or strength. This isn't some recycled next Asian tiger narrative. This is a country reinventing itself. One TikTok, one tech startup, and one global Filipino at a time, and the rest of Asia, they're starting to notice. I was searching for the true engine of the Philippines' rise. It's not just the economy, it's the people, over 117 million strong. With a median age of just 25, the energy is palpable. This youth advantage fuels a dynamic workforce. The Philippines is a global hub for business process outsourcing. But beyond that, a digital wave of freelancers is rising. Filipino talent dominates platforms like Upwork and YouTube. They're not just employees, they're digital entrepreneurs. This work ethic and adaptability are reshaping the nation. It's a silent revolution, uplifting families from laptops and living rooms. If you want to see potential in action, look no further than the Philippines. Filipino culture is no longer confined to local shores. From catchy pop beats to heartfelt indie films, the nation's creative energy is flowing outward, and people are finally starting to take notice. What was once underappreciated is now impossible to ignore. Pinoy pop groups like SB19, Binny, and Alamat are redefining Asian pop by fusing global sounds with local identity. They're not trying to mimic K-pop, they're building something original that proudly reflects their heritage. Their music is finding fans across Asia and beyond. The Philippines' culinary culture is also going international. Dishes like adobo, sinigang, and halo halo are entering mainstream restaurant menus in Singapore, Seoul, Tokyo, and Los Angeles. Filipino chefs and food vloggers are showcasing a rich culinary tradition that's both comforting and complex. Add to that the explosion of Filipino humor, dance, and storytelling on TikTok and YouTube, and you have a cultural movement that's organic, unfiltered, and deeply human. In a region where cultural soft power matters more than ever, the Philippines is becoming a creative force to watch. With over 7,600 islands, the Philippines is a paradise of natural wonders. From the iconic white sands of Boracay to the surreal lagoons of El Nido, it offers travelers a unique combination of beauty and adventure. But its greatest asset? The warmth of its people. Foreign tourists consistently say they feel genuinely welcome in the Philippines. It's not scripted hospitality, it's cultural. Filipinos have an unmatched ability to make visitors feel like family. It's this human connection that turns trips into memories and tourists into ambassadors. Government efforts are ramping up to improve infrastructure and promote lesser-known destinations. While some challenges remain, major improvements in airports, road access, and digital connectivity are changing the game. More influencers and vloggers are now placing the Philippines on their top must-visit lists. But what truly sets the Philippines apart in an era of over-tourism is its authenticity. Many of its islands remain untouched, preserving a raw beauty and cultural richness. As global travelers seek experiences with deeper meaning, the Philippines offers not just views, but values. Over 10 million Filipinos live and work abroad, forming a powerful global community. They're nurses, caregivers, engineers, and seafarers, building bridges between cultures. In 2023, they sent over $36 billion home, supporting families and businesses. But it's more than money. They bring back ideas and perspectives that elevate communities. Filipinos abroad are now global storytellers, reshaping how the world sees the Philippines. The Philippines is becoming a digital nation, not just as users, but as creators and innovators. It consistently ranks among the top countries in social media usage, but this digital fluency goes far beyond selfies and memes. Platforms like YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook are now business hubs for Filipino creators. From educational channels to gaming streamers, content creation is becoming a legitimate career path. Some creators earn full-time incomes and build global audiences from their phones. Meanwhile, the fintech revolution is in full swing. Apps like Gcash and Maya are bringing banking to millions, even in remote barangays. They've transformed how people pay bills, buy goods, and access financial services. Bridging a gap traditional banks failed to cross. Startups in tech, e-commerce, and education are gaining traction. Filipino developers are building tools for both local needs and global clients. In the digital economy, the Philippines isn't trying to play catch-up. It's playing smart, leaning into its strengths and building solutions that resonate. What truly sets the Philippines apart is the human element behind its digital momentum. In every viral video, online class, or mobile transaction, there's a story of resilience, creativity, and community. Overseas Filipino workers connect with loved ones through live streams. Teachers adapt to remote learning with limited resources but boundless heart. Entrepreneurs run entire businesses from sari-sari stores using just a smartphone and a dream. The digital shift isn't just a tech revolution, it's a cultural one. It reflects a people who refuse to be left behind, who find opportunity in adversity, and who use every pixel not just to consume, but to create, connect, and uplift. Geographically, the Philippines holds a strategic position at the crossroads of Southeast Asia and the Pacific. Major powers like the US and Japan are strengthening military and diplomatic ties with Manila. New defense pacts, joint exercises, and infrastructure deals reflect the country's rising strategic value. At the same time, the Philippines plays an active role in ASEAN and regional diplomacy. This new geopolitical stance isn't about confrontation, it's about participation. Beneath the headlines and handshakes, what's unfolding is a quiet shift in national confidence. Filipinos are beginning to see their country not just as a passive observer, but as a key player. This evolving identity is forging a new narrative, one where the Filipino voice is not just heard, but respected. Perhaps the most defining trait of the Philippines is its resilience. Through colonial rule, natural disasters, and political storms, it has always found a way to rise, and this time, it's rising with intention. Across the country, there's a quiet revolution happening. Students trek long distances for education. Entrepreneurs sell online to global markets. Communities build solutions without waiting for politicians. It's progress powered by determination, not privilege. This spirit of collective hustle is changing the narrative. Filipinos aren't waiting for permission. They're creating opportunities one step at a time. They're driven by something bigger than ambition, hope. And that's the real story here. The Philippines may not be taking over Asia in the traditional sense, but in influence, innovation, and heart, it's becoming a power worth watching. Not because it seeks to dominate, but because it's ready to contribute. What makes this rise even more profound is that it's rooted in community. OFWs send more than just remittances. They send back knowledge, culture, and courage. Teachers, farmers, nurses, and artists all play their part in weaving a future that's uniquely Filipino. It's not about chasing someone else's model of success, but shaping one that reflects the country's values: family, faith, resilience, and joy, even in hardship. In a world often divided, the Philippines offers a quiet lesson in unity, dignity, and upward momentum. The Philippines offers a powerful reminder that strength doesn't always roar. Sometimes it grows quietly in classrooms, kitchens, coding boot camps, and content studios. This is a country proving that soft power, cultural depth, and a hard-working population can move nations forward. For investors, innovators, and travelers alike, the Philippines is not just an emerging market. It's an emerging force. And those who recognize it early will find themselves aligned with a future that's bright, human-centered, and full of promise. So if you're looking for the next big story in Asia, stop looking at just GDP charts or skyscrapers. Look at the people, the passion, and the progress happening right now in the Philippines. This isn't hype, it's history in the making. Because at its core, the Philippine story isn't just economic, it's deeply human. It's about young graduates who dream big despite limited means. About overseas workers who sacrifice comfort to uplift their families. About creators who turn connection into career, and farmers who embrace tech to feed their communities. It's a future shaped not just by policy or profit, but by people who lead with heart. That's what makes the Philippines not only resilient, but quietly revolutionary.